a very healthy start to the day of trading. Nifty has broken above that congestion zone of 22,500, 530 odd level. Nifty Bank is also leading from the front, very close to its respective record as well. How is the overall setup looking like this week?
Good morning, Suyash, Amit, and all the viewers. Yes, the interesting thing is it's very refreshing to see Bank Nifty take the lead finally after so many months of consolidation and underperformance. And Nifty is close. I mean, it has been making new all-time highs day on day basis, week on week basis. Now, last week, if we see on closing basis, it remained confined within the trading range of 22,300 to 22,530, although there were two attempts to cross the all-time high level. But on closing basis, it remained below 530. Now we are looking at a gradual move in Nifty towards 22,800 on the upside. 620 level has been tested today on intraday basis. If it manages to close also about 22,620 level, I think 22,800 we should be seeing in this coming weekly expiry itself. So view positive on Nifty too. But slightly more positive on Bank Nifty, because Bank Nifty, after a huge consolidation and underperformance, last week it has crossed the congestion zone of 48,000 to 48,200 level. It closed above it. And now we are looking at Bank Nifty going to first initially testing the all-time high of around 48,640, and eventually after that it should move up to around 49,500 in the April series. So view is positive on both the indices. The India VIX is very well settled below 12%. It's comfortably trading below 12%. So stability is there in the system and the supports are in place. Eventually both these indices the move will be gradual from here onwards.
Good morning, Avani. And now the world's largest renewable energy plant is likely to come up at Khavda in Gujarat. It's coming by the way of Adani Green Energy investing as much as 1.5 trillion rupees from now on through to 2030. The capacity that they're looking at is 45 gigawatts. Initially 26 gigawatts via solar and 4 gigawatts initially via wind energy. The stock itself, if we look at Adani Green Energy, has risen 116%, over 116% in the last 1 year. It is up for 2.63% now. Do you think the stock is going to rally further, or is it close to maxing out? It's its distance from the 52-week high is only 3.5%, 141% away from the 52-week low. Has it maxed out?
As I see the charts of Adani Green, I think right from March 23 till almost December 23, that entire year, last entire year, it has consolidated with a support somewhere around, say, 880 to 890. And now it has given a breakout in December itself. We saw the breakout coming in. The stock is gradually moving up. Currently, it is at the weekly resistance level. Once it crosses 1980 level, I think the move should get some catalyst move will come, and this acceleration should lead the stock to up to around 2445. So the view remains positive. The support base has moved up to 1703. It's a small mover, as in we don't see very huge moves in this particular stock. But the structure is positive, the texture is positive. It should move gradually towards 2445.
All right, another stock we wanted to touch base with you on is Wipro. I mean, of course, the IT earnings will start trickling in from this week. Friday we have TCS. Next week we have Wipro coming out with its Q4 print. But the news came out this morning. Thierry Delaporte has resigned, has stepped down as the CEO of Wipro, and the company has Avani struggled with top leadership in the last few months. And even looking at the stock, I mean, from its February high, it has fallen about 12% or so. What are your expectations? I mean, sentimentally, certainly a negative for the stock, but do you expect more correction in the offing?
As far as keeping aside the news factor, if I look purely on the databases, I think the stock is consolidating. The downside support is around 474, and upside there's a huge built up in calls at 490 and 500 calls. So these are the resistance levels. I think it should more or less consolidate within the range of 474 to 490. And only once it crosses 493 level, we should be seeing a move up to around 540. But the chances look weak right now. I think it can come down to around 474 levels, not a big downside, but no big upside either. So it should consolidate within this range.
No big upside on Wipro just yet. But Avni, what are your picks for our investors today?
So since now from here onwards, the view on Bank Nifty is positive. I think I'll go with the leader in the PSU banking space, which is SBI. So my first pick will be SBI. One can buy in the range of 763 to 765. A good support base has been formed at 750 and highest OI is at 800 and 780 levels. So still a lot of upside left in the stock. There's future OI addition also on the long side up to around 4.2% on Friday. So good, very well placed. Targets would be 795 and 800 and stop loss at 750. The second stock is M&M. It has moved up a little, but still, it's a very good buy. 2000 to 2010 area is an ideal buying level. In case if we see some dips in the stock, we can buy around those levels. 2100 level will be the target and 1930 can be kept as a stop loss. The third stock is Deepak Nitrate. Now, in Deepak Nitrate, we've seen a lot of unwinding in 2260 and 2300 calls. And a good support base has been formed at 2200 with a lot of put writing positions being built up at this particular strike. So around 2220, it's a good buy. 2310 would be the target. 2155 stop loss. The fourth stock is Bharat Electronics. We've seen a good short covering of around 2%, massive unwinding seen at 220 and 230 calls, and a lot of addition seen at 220 put on the writing side. So a support base has been formed at 220. Around 224.5 was the closing on Friday. We can buy the stock for a target of 240, keeping a stop loss of 218. And lastly, it's a stock from the FMCG sector, Kolpal. This I would consider it as a reversal candidate. Unwinding has been seen at 2760 and 2800 calls, and support is being formed in the area of 2680 to 2700 area. So we can buy the stock for a target of 2820 with a stop loss of 2675.